Hello, I'm Redundant Russell the Redundant, and this is my top 10 animated kids shows of the 21st century. So far. First of all, let me just get out of the way that I will not be including shows like anime on this list, because anime is not cartoons. I mean, that's just obvious, everybody knows that. Second of all, I will not be including shows like Family Guy or The Simpsons on this list because those shows are not for kids. They're for adults. Even though kids watch them, even though they shouldn't. So, with that out of the way, let's begin. Number 10, The Looney Tunes Show. This show only made the list for one reason. Lola Bunny. Oh my gosh, Lola Bunny is the best in this. Voiced by Kristen Wiig, she's absolutely hilarious in this. I seriously only watched the show for her.
And once I heard about this guy who had a spider lay babies in his ear and eat his brain.
The other characters are funny too. Bugs, Daffy, Porky, Speedy, Yosemite Sam, Tina, Mac, and Tosh. Wait a minute, who the frack is Tina? Yeah, apparently Daffy gets a girlfriend in this series. She's with Daffy because she finds him to be a lot of fun, but also because she wants to try and fix him. Although sometimes you can't help but wonder how she can stand him. Admittingly, there are a few things I don't like about this show, like Taz being reduced to a dog, or Elmer Fudd just being a news anchor, but these are minor complaints. To sum it up, this show is pretty entertaining, especially because of Lola. However, I can only give it the number 10 slot because of this. Number 9, Silverwing. This Canadian TV show is based off a book series of the same name, written by Kenneth Opel. You may not have heard of it before, but it is actually pretty good. It's about a young bat named Shade who breaks a law that says that bats aren't allowed to look at the sun, because in some ancient war between birds and mammals, the bats refused to take a side, and as a result, they were forbidden from ever seeing daylight again. The owls, who are like the police in the animal universe apparently, burn down Shade and his colony's home as punishment after he defies this law. Shade then gets separated from his colony and has to embark on a journey to find them, as well as save them from an even greater threat than the owls. He meets some friends along the way, one of whom is my favorite character, Marina, a loner bat who was banished from her colony because she was tagged by humans. The show has a great plot, some awesome characters, and can get surprisingly dark at times. Number 8, Kim Possible. I used to think any show with a female protagonist was just a girls' show. Until I saw this show. Kim Possible Kicks Ass. This show is about a teenage girl named Kim Possible and her best friend named Ron Stoppable who, during their spare time, save the world from evil villains. Not much else to say about it really. It's just a fun show full of action, adventure, good comedy, and good life lessons. One thing I will say about it is that I particularly like that they don't make the main character completely perfect and great at everything in this, and that they don't make her partner, Ron, completely pathetic either. In fact, there are some things Ron is good at that Kim isn't, like cooking for example, and there are even some episodes where Ron saves the day. Yeah, in case you haven't guessed, he's my favorite character. I don't know about the rest of you, but I like characters that aren't perfect. Their flaws make them more relatable and likable. Number 7, Steven Universe. This show only recently came out, not too long ago from when I made this video, but I think it definitely deserves a spot on this list. Steven Universe is a young, happy-go-lucky kid who is a member of the Crystal Gems. We don't know much about them yet, only that they are apparently magical aliens who have taken up refuge on Earth and defend it from attacking monsters. The other gems are Garnet, the team's leader and the completely serious one, Pearl, a kind of prideful girl who always worries about everything and always thinks she knows better than everyone else, and Amethyst, a laid-back goof-off who just likes to have fun and doesn't like following orders, but still does her job when the situation calls for it. She's my favorite of the bunch, by the way. Like I said, the show is very new from when I made this video, and I'm still wondering where this show will eventually go. But I look forward to finding out. Number 6, Total Drama. I frickin' love Total Drama. This show always makes me laugh. It doesn't matter how many times I watch it, it always makes me laugh. This Canadian show is based on making fun of reality shows. The lowest kind of show there is, by the way. The show's comedy comes from its characters and their interactions with each other. And this show has a lot of great characters. My personal favorites are Lindsay, an airhead who always has the funniest things to say.
I saw my life flash in front of my eyes. It looked a lot like Owen's butt.
Heather, the evil mastermind who will stop at nothing to win.
Why don't you just give up now? Missed me.
And Chris, the show's egotistical host who gets his kicks off of watching these characters suffer.
Ow! Shucks! Really should have sung that ow, bro. Much better.
He is easily the best host ever. Not only does this show have great characters, but it also has surprisingly good continuity, which is something I really look for in a show. Number 5. Xiaolin Showdown. This show features 4 Shaolin students at a temple who travel around the globe collecting magical items known as Shengong Wu so that they don't fall into the hands of evil. They are Omi, the student of water, Ramundo, the student of wind, Kimiko, the student of fire, and Clay, the student of earth. Sorry, Mati, no heart. They also have a dragon named Dojo, who has the ability to detect Shengong Wu. I especially like this show because of Jack Spicer, the show's main antagonist slash occasional good guy. He wants to take over the world, of course. He's mostly pathetic, but on occasion he can show surprising intelligence and even pull off a victory every now and then.
What's the point of taking over the world if you can't have a little fun?
Plus, this show has an amazing first season finale. In fact, I'm surprised this show doesn't have a movie yet, because it definitely deserves to be made into one. Number 4. Symbionic Titan. Oh man, this show rocks! The show starts with Princess Alana being sent off to Earth by her father after the evil Mutrati attack their home planet of Galaluna. With her are sent 2 companions to protect her, a soldier named Lance and a robot named Octus. The 3 then try to blend in on Earth, enrolling in a high school like other teenagers. However, the Mutrati soon find out where they went and begin sending alien monsters to hunt down the princess, as she is the only heir to the throne of Galaluna. To fight back against the monsters, the 3 use their alien technology they brought with them to form and pilot a giant robot called Symbionic Titan. This show has great characters as well as great character development, and a good plot. It's really interesting to watch these 3 very different characters learn to get along with each other and learn about each other. And the show had one heck of a season finale. Oh man, I can't wait for the next season. This great show gets canceled after just 1 season? How?
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
Number 3. Transformers Prime. Of all the adaptations of Transformers, to me, this is by far the best. The music is epic. The story is epic. The characters are epic. This show is just full of epicness. It's the same story as always. The Autobots are fighting to stop the evil Decepticons from conquering the universe, but this show delves even deeper than just that, going into character development and relationships the likes of which I've never seen in any Transformers series before. Michael Bay should seriously watch this show to see how a Transformers movie should be made. Megatron looks cooler in this than he's ever looked before. It's like they combined the Commander look of his 1980s cartoon form and the monstrous look of his Michael Bay movie form and gave his new look the best of both worlds.
Execute our prisoners and fire each cannon at the nearest metropolis within its sights.
And my absolute favorite part of this series is that not only is RC not pink anymore, she's also a total badass in this.
This ends here, cons.
Frickin' awesome. Number 2. Adventure Time. At first glance, this show doesn't appear to be anything special. It's about a boy named Finn and his magic talking dog named Jake, who go on crazy and random adventures in the land of Ooh. But to fully appreciate this show, you have to delve into it, and you'll soon begin to see that there is much more going on in this show than you would think. The characters are a lot of fun and can be surprisingly deep, and there are a lot of characters in this. The stories at first glance seem to just be short fantasy adventures, but actually have pretty deep lessons hidden in them. It's funny, it's touching, it's epic, it's adventure time. But as incredible as this show is, there is just one other that deserves the #1 slot even more. And the #1 animated kids show of the 21st century is Avatar: The Last Airbender. This show is perfection. Utter perfection. It has everything. A great plot, great characters, great humor, great pacing, great emotion, lots of action. It's intelligent, it's fun, and it isn't afraid to approach more sensitive subjects, like whether it's morally right or not to kill the bad guy. That is just awesome for a kids' show. This show takes place in a world where there are 4 nations who each control one of the 4 basic elements. The Water Tribe, the Earth Kingdom, the Fire Nation, and the Air Nomads. Again, sorry Mati, no heart. Everything was happy and peaceful until the Fire Nation decided they wanted to take over the world. So only the Avatar, the only person in the world capable of controlling all 4 elements and communicating with the spirit world, can stop them. So he and his friends set off to do just that. I also include The Legend of Korra in this slot because it's the sequel to Avatar, so I consider it to be part of the same series. It's not quite as good as Avatar, but still up there. So that's my top 10 animated kids shows of the 21st century list. Do you agree? Feel free to tell me what you think in the comments below. In the meantime, this is Redundant Russell the Redundant, signing out.